Mr. Renfro, we want to talk today about order of operations, SOL 6.8. In order of operations, problems must be completed in a certain order, and those operations are listed, and we usually call it PEMDAS. PEMDAS meaning parentheses first, then exponents, then multiply or divide, whichever comes first, left to right, or add or subtract, whichever comes first, left to right. Now the saying that kids learn over the years has been, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. While that saying is fine, it's not always accurate, because multiply or divide has the same or equal importance. So whichever one comes first, left to right, must be done first. Same thing for add or subtract. Aunt Sally could sometimes be Sally Aunt, and my dear could sometimes be dear my, because we have to do this whichever one comes first, left to right. And I'm going to show you an example here on the next screen of why that's true. Okay, again, let's follow the order that they come in. First of all, I ask the question, is there any parentheses? Well, I look at this problem and there is no parentheses. I look at the next one. Are there any exponents? Well, I look at this problem. There are no exponents. Now I have to ask this question. Is there any multiplication or division? There is. There's division here, and there is multiplication here. Now, according to my dear Aunt Sally, my would have to be done first, but that's not the case, because it says multiply or divide. Whichever comes first, left to right. This is left, this is right. So, which one is on the left? That must be done first. So this must be done first. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then we funnel this down, or Dorito it, depending on what teacher you had last year at middle school. Okay, we just keep writing it down until we finish everything. Now, we ask the question again, what's left? Well, we have subtract, we have multiply, and we have add. According to this list, multiply is still higher importance, so I must do the multiplication next. Okay? Add and subtract are last. So, what is 3 times 1? 3 times 1 is 3. Let's write down everything that we haven't done yet. Okay? Now, again, you believe the saying, my dear Aunt Sally, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, Sally should come before Aunt, but in this case that's not the case, because it's add or subtract, whichever comes first, left to right. And in this case, which one is first on the left? Subtract is first on the left. Since subtract is first, we have to write that down. What is 5 minus 3? Well, it's 2. And that leaves us with just 2 plus 2, which is 4. So the answer to this order of operation problem is 4. But once again, you can see that that saying that kids are taught when they first start learning this is not always true. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, it's not always exactly that way. Sometimes it's dear my or Sally Aunt. But anyway, that's basically what we do. We start out with parentheses. In this problem, there were no parentheses. Then we go to exponents. There are no exponents. Then we go multiply or divide, whichever comes first, left to right. 10 divided by 2 was the first division or multiplication thing on the left. So it had to be done first. Then that left us with 3 times 1. Then all the division and multiplication was completed. Next, it was either add or subtract, whichever came first, left to right. And so we had to do subtraction first, because it was on the left. 5 minus 3 was done, and that was 2. And finally we added to that. The final answer was 4. Now let's try one with some parentheses and exponents. Alright, so what's first? Parentheses. So everything here, everything must be done first. Okay, now we look within the parentheses. We look within the parentheses. And we go back to the list. What's in the parentheses? Well, there's an addition, there's an exponent, and there's a multiplication. Okay, according to this list, during the after parentheses, what should come first? Well, the exponents should come first. Okay? Exponents should come first. So we do that first. 2 to the second power is the same as 2 times 2, which is 4. So 2 to the second power, 2 to the second power is 4. Now, write down the rest of the problem again. We're going to funnel or Dorito, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Next, we look inside the parentheses again. We have addition, we have multiplication. Which one has to be done first according to the list? According to the list, after exponents, multiplication must be done before addition. So, multiplication should be next. 4 times 3 is 12. Everything down, we have it completed. Now, we have one more operation to do within the parentheses. 6 plus 12 is 18. Now, since there is an operation sign outside the parentheses right here, it's outside the parentheses, we can get rid of the parentheses now. There's nothing left to do inside. So 18 minus 6 times 2. Now, there are no parentheses, so we're done with the parentheses. So we just go by the basic, what's left. Any exponents? No. Is there any multiplier or divide? Yes, there's a multiplier. 6 times 2. What is 6 times 2? 6 times 2 is 12. Now all that's left is subtract. 18 minus 12. 18 minus 12 is 6. So the answer to this order of operation problem is 6. So hopefully that's been helpful. What we try to do is we try to go by this saying, PEMDAS, please, or parentheses, excuse, exponents, my, multiply, dear, which is divide, Aunt Sally, add, or subtract. Now remember, multiply or divide must be done left to right, whichever comes first. They have the same importance. Add or subtract must be done left to right, whichever comes first. But they have the same importance. Very important that we do it exactly in this order. If we don't do it in this order, then the problem will probably end up being incorrect. Hope this has been helpful.